Centerfold. I like Moo. Moo the white cat. I'm stretched out. I'm just waking up. And I did some modeling before when I was a kid, tween, around 12 or 13 years old. That's the ideal age, and I'm not sure about other cultures, but American culture, that's like the prime age to do it. Used to be. I don't know about now. It was a lifetime ago. Anyway, the people, even though I'm still shook up by what happened, want me to talk about what happened yesterday, even though I feel like vultures and roaches, crickets, and other creatures are flying around my post. Keep doing it. You know that old expression, pick your poison? This is what I'm waking up to. My Jim Jones Kool-Aid, which is energy drinks. Oh yeah, that's a rash. Totally unhealthy. I wake up lubing up to y'all, lubing up to my customers. You are my customers. And so I owe you a video. That's Nescafe, some kind of instant coffee. I got it all day. You just put the, and I'm running, my cup is running over. I don't know where to put all this stuff. Hang on. Try not to show y'all. Alright, so, I'll put on, this is what I'm about to put on to alleviate some of my scratching. And I will tell you, this is a time in my life where I'm glad I don't talk to Kyle, because he was trying to trip me up with Dr. Harvey. Pissed off that I'm getting extra attention and trying to make the doctors that do for me, he trying to make them lose their license. He's like, two of you not supposed to be dating and whatnot. So if you are dating your doctor, they have a ethics. Don't tell anyone if you are dating your doctor, because they cannot date a patient. But to Kyle not wanting me to date a doctor, because I am not, Dr. Harvey is not that's not why I'm not going down to that hospital anymore. I'm not her patient anymore. So if she wanted to date me, she could, I could. That's how that works. But it's why you are the patient. No, you are not supposed to, see, I'm lubing up. You're not supposed to date. There's a rule against that. You're not supposed to date your patient while you're treating them. That's just anywhere in America. That's not just in Illinois. But he's a hater, because ain't no doctor ever wanted to date him. I don't even have to ask. I just look at him and look at his attitude. You know, a dime doctor don't want to put up with that shit. So, I'm glad he's not in my life right now. Even though so, I'm even hitting up here low. I'm even putting some, and you see, I'm trying not to show you the whole me, because like I said, my titties gonna be showing. Use all this up before so yeah, I woke up to just itchy town, and so bad I can't even hardly podcast. So let me stop what I'm doing and rub something on this rash. Somebody older here told me that. Hang on a second. They said let me stop and put something on this. So that's what I'm telling you, is that it's so bad I'm having to stop what I'm doing. Show y'all a comparison. Show you a little better once I get my hands back to I don't know if I'm gonna wash them or not. Okay, I'm not gonna wash them. This jar over here. And it's a debt I can't repay for how I got this jar. See this side compared to the other side. See, and the side of my face. That's what I keep telling my doctor. What I told her is it's not acne. Acne is not progressive like this. And this aggressive acne, you just bust it and move on with your life. You bust it, it may spread around because of the bacteria, but it is not this aggressive. This is very highly aggressive. This rashes. That's why they put them directions on those notes. Other doctors, they say, I've had rashes before in the past. They say if this rash persists, do blah 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 blah, and that's what's happening. This rash is persisting. It may be with me for the rest of my life. I'm not trying to sound dramatic, but some rashes are just like that. Some rashes, you never get rid of them, but this is good compared to what I was going through in Gulfport. In Gulfport, when I was laid up in that bed with bed bugs, and this mattress that I'm on right now, I don't know if it's brand new. It's no way of knowing, even though it had plastic on it. My mom used to talk that way, so I told y'all how the rashes started. And yeah, because normally by now, I hate to put it out in the atmosphere, I would have had a new one start right up where the old rash was, but this I burned off with that cream because I wanted it gone, and so far nothing new has come back. But this area, something new always comes back. Here underneath the chin is a resurfacing in here. So far I'm keeping a watch on those areas, and this is a new area. Normally you can see how clear it is. Normally nothing pops up here. So, and the worst one was in my tongue, so it's aggressive. It's a parasite. Y'all can mostly see that. Yeah, that's from where I've been scratching. You can see where it's red. But overall, I've been blessed. So I'm gonna take my time here. I have an ailment, and I'm gonna really slow down. Even though I'm concerned about hard drive space. It's nice to have somebody you don't have to say good morning to. Some people, they need that, you know. In America, some people need that good morning. They demand. Some people are just that cynical and that cynicism, and where they have to have a good morning, demand a good morning from you. That was my experience working for the American public. Now it's my experience on the customer side. People who are that narcissist and that used to get in their way. Nobody's ever put them in their place. Mother used to speak that way, babe. I'm like, what's wrong with this person? Nobody's ever put them in their place. That's how that woman was in the subway. It looked like nobody ever put her in their place. I'm good looking. I'm getting used to life through a new lens. I don't want to go around beating up on people. People beating up on me, getting in fights. And that's what it sounded like, this woman in the subway. People who get an attitude with you and try to egg on a fight. She was not a looker. They like to get in fights. They like people beat up on them. And my mom said some people into that. I do not want to go around engaging and egging on fights. So some people, I thought that was who I am. And but God, I've been hearing a small convoys telling me that's not who you are. So I try my best to avoid engaging in fights. And my mother used to always tell me to watch my face around people and their jealousy, and that may have been what she wanted, to egg on, drag me into a fight so she could pound on me. You know, I've downgraded this guy to DD. He's DD now. He's that much of a loser. I don't even want to call him the one who assaulted me. So trying to avoid assaults. It's good. It's just really sweet. That new energy drink. I'm gonna go for another round soon. So like I said again, still taking my time, and I'm not used to people backing me up in assaults. So this is all brand new for me. Usually when I confide in someone in I'm going to downgrade a lot of these people, stop using their names. Because I'm getting stronger, moving on, and God is leading me to, He's leading me to move on with my life. I've been waiting on that signal to move on with my life, and I thank God He's finally allowing me to move on with my life, mostly, and all the way, and a little bit in between. So that good morning, yes, it's just that much of a narcissist. You didn't tell me good morning, I'm so glad. Every now and again, I'll walk into a den, like the subway. That was her den. I was inside her den. Most animals have dens. People do too. It was too late at that point. I was already in her den. And the company, you can tell when the company just let a person, whoever she's screwing, let her do whatever she wants. They're all over America. I don't know if other countries run this way, where a person can have that much power, kingship inside of a company. And you are paying for a service. This time I'm paying. The libraries is a free service, but this time that's a paying card I'm using. I'm paying customer at CTA, and I thank God for those men who witnessed what happened, and those people who refused to leave me down there, refused to leave me. They heard how she talked to all of us, and I thank God. I pray that you'll be blessed for not leaving me. Something must have told them don't leave, because they did not leave us alone. And even though she liked having an audience, some people like to have an audience. Mother said that too. She liked having an audience, and she went on to embarrass all of us even deeper. It was worth having somebody. I loved it, having somebody standing there. And thank God for my doctor. I never bothered to get her name, my new doctor, and the Caribbean one. And I thank her for saving me from women who I don't want. And because of the cultural differences, you can't just go around telling people I don't want you and I'm not interested. Police tell you it's that simple. Life is not that simple. I'm not interested. You're going to have a legal issue. Because they can flip it away around. And I done had it happen before. These libraries where I got women coming on to me and men coming on to me. And these boys just can't get women to save their life. There's something wrong going on down there, and they blaming me like it's my fault. I didn't put what you got down there. I didn't create you. So get mad at me because I'm getting all the hoes, even the ones I don't want. So I'm glad that the doctor has given me a way out from having to go to these places. I could go anywhere I want to go instead of being stuck to just one or just two. And you can't just tell a woman you're not interested, and they're going to be quick to pop an attitude because they can't get what they want, and they get in their way with everybody else. But why? I done had people tell me that before. Why? You the only one giving me trouble. I done had the story of my life. These ones that get their way, like Kay and Emma. Everybody else kiss their ass, but you the only one ain't kissing their ass. Now we got a problem. So just if you ever meet someone like that, where everybody else, the problem child, everybody else they get in their way. I ain't gonna go through naming all of them, but everybody else, you the only one that ain't kissing my ass. They don't say those exact words. You ain't the only one kissing my ass. Some will, but they will say you the only one giving me trouble. And so I'm gonna just let you know. You need to be praying hard that God will lead, open up another door, but they are everywhere. All right, it's more people in Chicago and Mississippi and the South. It was like even harder to avoid people like that. Once they get that much leverage in a company, it affects you. You try not to let it affect you. You try not to give a shit. But that's the whole point. They want attention. It's not good attention. Who doesn't want attention? If it's the right kind. This is not the right kind of attention. And so people screwing in the company, and it's affecting you. You the only one. Why I had a guy put me aside. At least he had the boss said, you the only one giving me trouble. Everybody else kissing my ass. Because I'm fucking whoever at the top of the ladder. I'm doing this person, that person. You the only one seem to have a problem with it. You got a problem with it because I can't get my way with you. Everybody else let me have my way. You don't let me. So it's like that when you're rearing children too. When you got kids of your own, and you trying to give them a strong foundation. You don't just let them run. You want to protect them from everything. Oh my God, I got infestation. Hang on. I won't get into it. There's some things that I don't want to help my enemies with. Just had a situation with some pests here, and I don't want to say anything about what it was because I don't want to help my enemies. And so back to what we was. The issue is resolved. As a great person once said to me, that was doing a lecture, and a similar thing happened. He had to stop the lecture for a minute, then proceed on. So he said the issue was resolved. He couldn't disclose those details to his classroom. So anyway, and I was in his class. It might have been a her. I don't remember that well. Anyway, I was high school age. So anyway, as I was saying, cynicism might be the name of this video. I was so cynical yesterday. That's what I heard in the pastor preach in the last days. What is going to happen with the culture worldwide, not just America. Kylie, this is for you, baby. This baby, bae, and bitch. This is all for you. No tongue for this. That's too hot for American television. No tongue this time. Maybe if I play my cards right, I can get away with that. But right now, so I take my time this morning. You know, if you get a good Southern Baptist preacher, not all of them are bad people. He'll be up there preaching and he'll just pause like I've been pausing, because he's always middle aged. These guys who are younger than that, they can barrel through it and not kill their health. But he'll stop and he have his Bible in his hand and he'll say, let me it's the reason that memory hit me. I may need to read from my Bible to you, but I should, you know. He's so overwhelmed in his in the word, and he's so trying to pace himself to talk to you. You know, he's trying to not have a medical emergency because you're middle aged, and it takes a lot out of you once you hit middle age and up. Trying to prepare a sermon, trying to This is the book that Alexis gave me, and I still have it. So I'm gonna let you know what I've been focused on. I got a blanket covering up my chest right now. I do most everything nude, and that doesn't irritate the rash. Plus, I'm a nudist. What about a Psalm of David? Psalm 21, I don't know what version this is, and if you have your Bible, you can follow along. Psalm 21. I'm going to grab my phone and leave it up a little bit. Psalm 21. Psalm, Psalm, you know, it's just very confusing to see that word. You can see how to spell this. If I can show you, so you can follow along. Your Bible, it's always good to follow along. Can you see that? This is the template that the government has for me. I don't have a choice but to the hell with it. You can't really see that. So here we go. How the king rejoices in your strength, O Lord. He shouts with joy because you give him victory. For you have given him his heart's desire. You have withheld nothing he requested. You welcomed him back with success and prosperity. You placed a crown of finest gold on his head. He asked you to preserve his life, and you granted his request. The days of his life stretch on forever. Your victory brings him great honor. I see, this is what I told you. The pastor stops and he takes his time because he's middle-aged. I'm middle-aged. Bear with me. And every now and again you'll see him. If you ever get the pleasure of hearing a good Southern Baptist preach, not all of them are bad people, he'll stop and you see him. He'll have a little water up there. He'll even take a towel and wipe the sweat off his head. That's how powerful the word is. He is tired out. He's tiring out. He's dying. I'm dying right now. He's filled, but he's got to get that message out to you. So he'll have a glass of water, like a musician, and a towel. I got a towel back here behind me, the one I've been laying on. and because he's trying to keep himself presentable and godly, but it's hard. So and sometimes they wipe his mouth. Public speaking for too long, period, even if you're not publicly speaking, it wears on you, it wears you out. Your body starts to do things, drool starts to come out your mouth. I never knew that when I was a kid. Okay, so we're going to go on. Right now we're at Psalm 21, verse 5, where we left off. And you have clothed him with splendor and majesty. You have endowed him with eternal blessings and given him the joy of your presence. For the king trusts in the Lord. I don't know if the pastor did this. I just lost track of what everything was. I don't know what was. I found it. I was getting a little freaked out, but I found it. For the king trusts in the Lord. The unfailing love of the Most High will keep him from stumbling. You will capture all your enemies. Your strong right hand will seize all who hate you. You will throw them in a flaming furnace when you appear. I'll be right back. Remember, we're on where we are. If I forget, 21 and 9. Be right back, okay? I'm not going to make an announcement, but I'm going to go do what I need to do. I'll be right back. I was trapped out yesterday without making up for lost time, without food, without water. In my other video, you hear I said I was out for 8-9 hours in the snow. It's just like I'm learning. I can't afford to let that fall into the wrong hands when I'm learning about the snow and help my enemies. But the Bible says forgive and forget, and what this pastor said, the best forgiveness and trust are two different things. So don't help your enemies. And I'm gonna make up for lost time. I didn't get to eat yesterday, and that's not good for your body. That's why my health is the way it is now, because dealing with bullies and different things health-wise, dealing with food and not eating properly has left my southern bullies and my new bullies up here have left some lifelong damage to my body. That's they're keeping me out all day yesterday without eating anything. It's not like they're leading me to where food is. That's bullying. And for that, I want to say thank you, because they're pushing me into further what we're about to do now, which is finish this book. You will throw them in a flaming furnace. When you appear, the Lord will consume them in his anger. Fire will devour them. You see, he has a plan for your enemies. They don't know what's coming. It's a power in being a woman. They just view you as stupid and just keep doing what they're doing. But God, one day it's going to be judgment day. You will wipe their children from the face of the earth. Their children. You will wipe their children from the face of the earth. Let me let you understand something here. Judgment day is coming. They will never have descendants, although they plot against you. That was a plot yesterday. I was trying to get some shit done. I was intentionally jammed for most of my day. It's funny to them right now, but one day God will laugh at them. Back to the scripture. Although they plot against you, That was a scheme. And now we get back to the book. Their evil schemes will never succeed. As you can see, I'm still here. The people that were with me are still here too. For they will turn and run when they see your arrows aimed at them. Before we get to this last verse, I'm going to tell you something. Let me tell you. God is on our side if you believe in Him. Cynicism in this world is rising up. Cynicism. That was cynicism down in that tunnel. And you can't help it. If you're around something or someone long enough, it rubs off on you. It rubbed off on me being out long enough. I was cynical. Some pastor once said in the last days, cynicism will rise in the culture. People have become cynical because of the things that are going on in the world right now. It's making people cynical. And that will make anybody cynical. Homeless people running around crazy. Nobody gives a shit. You got homeless people. You got people hungry. You got people who ain't got no job. And the world has, not just America, has been forced to cynicism. Meaning people are so hopeless. They are so, it ain't gonna get better. That's how I felt being out yesterday. Like, I'm never gonna get unstuck from all these traps, and I'm gonna be stuck out here all day. And at a certain point, I never said it on the outside, but on the inside, I had given up. Getting blocked off, kidnapped all day by different people. That is in my omens, in my ongoing dreams, and in my ongoing real life, that people can't have their way. They used to are getting their way with me. They just straight up kidnapped me. I was kidnapped yesterday. No other way to put it. I was kidnapped by several different people. And Whitney Evans at least had the whatever's down there to admit it. She said, I see I'm going to have to kidnap you. I want to spend some time with you. I see I'm going to have to kidnap you. I need you, and I need your help. And at least she could admit it. These people kidnapped me. They finally had me. That's how I feel like I'm with Kay and what I'm with Emma. And maybe that's just how they are with everybody. I don't know. I don't stick around to ask questions. But when you are with somebody and they won't release you, that's a kidnapping. When somebody has held you against your own will, whether you are bound in chains or not. And the words can be very binding. Words can be binding. Mother taught that. So I'm that valuable that I am being kidnapped. And I never talked this way in the South. But I want to get on with this last verse. Help you and myself. That's my whole point to how I got stuck in Illinois. I was kidnapped. I won't get into who these people are, but I'm going to tell you something. We're going to go on with 13. We're going to go on with it. Okay? Because I'm praying I can get to Revelation before I tire out and before my phone loses its... I'm going to have to eat before I go out, or else I won't make it, just in case that happens again. It will. Ongoing in my visions and nightmares, and ongoing in what's happening in my real life, especially CTI, I get kidnapped. So at least I would have eaten something. Maybe it's payback because they don't get to eat on their shifts. But yeah, that was a 8-9 hour shift without eating. Maybe it's the push I need to get more food. I've been afraid to spend before I had this military dream. Now that I've had this military dream, prophetic dream, I've been moving. All right, next. Rise up, O Lord, in all your power. With music and singing, we celebrate your mighty acts. I'm going to rest my back before we get to... I don't mean to spoil the surprise, but in case I lose my signal, in case even though this is pre-recorded, in case I lose you, we might not get to Revelation. I'm not rushing a whole lot, but I'm having to rush a little bit because I'm afraid. I'm at 30 minutes now. And, this isn't a live stream where I'm able to get more time with you. So just in case we don't get to Revelation, we'll have to get to it some other time. I'm trying to get used to taking my time. I'm used to people rushing me. And, so I'm not. This is what the fans requested, to just make an infinite amount of videos. So when I'm gone, either dead or raptured, y'all have some guides. You have some guides to help you along when I'm not here. When I'm gone, you have my words, my messages. So I think I'm, yeah, definitely. The good Lord is telling me to prepare for knocks on my door, even though I got romantic interests, men and women, boys and girls in my life that back these people up. There's still people who knock on my door I don't want on my property. It is still my property. Even if it wasn't my property, I have rights. I'm a human being, you know. And still got people who I don't want in my face. So the good Lord is telling me to prepare for these knocks. And they come at inconvenient times. I'm in a romantic time with someone. Or I'm trying to get my meals. It's somebody bumming knocking at the door. So, and I've acquired some new assets that I'm going to keep on as long as I have strength in my body doing what God wants me to do. Which is His work. He's using me, using my body. I woke up weak and feeble this morning because I didn't eat enough yesterday. I hadn't been eating enough. And like I said, once these people get on me, it's hard to, it's like this rash. It's hard to get certain people off of you once they own you. And these are people who are used to me working for the public. This is where I'm going to downgrade my bosses to no names now, my former bosses. This is where they would have thrown me to the wolves and had me work on the most, at least Trump pays me for it. I'm still doing the same shit, having to deal with problematic people. But to a point, he steps in and deals with them, and at least he pays me to do it. Pays me. I'm well compensated. I was not well compensated for the way I was treated working for the public. I was treated like a slave. And having to deal with these people and not getting paid, put up with it. And it's a problem now. People are upset. And they're kidnapping me. They're upset that they're not having their way. Especially the type of men I used to date are used to having their way. They're used to free pussy. They're used to free kingship. You know, I treat who I'm dating like a king. And these people is uprising. So, you know, I am dealing with all of that. And these people weren't even housing me. I'm doing all this shit. I ain't even getting housed for this. You know, you're getting milking me. That's what they, I'm getting used to my new life. This military dream has set me free. It set my soul free, which I needed so badly. Who doesn't? Who doesn't need their soul set free? Let's read from Revelation in case I do lose you. It's on my mind. These are the two books I've been bouncing back and forth from. It's Revelation, and this book should go with me when I move out. I have marked these pages. It was a guy who was a nuisance to me in line yesterday. Is the reason I'm reading to you. He pushed me forward and supported me in this, and I'm gonna. Revelation 6, the Lamb breaks the first seals. As I watched the Lamb broke the first of the 7 seals on the scroll, then I heard one of the 4 living beings say with a voice like thunder, "Come." I looked up and saw a white horse standing there. See what I mean? Revelation makes no sense. Its rider carried a bow, and a crown was placed on his head. He rode out to win many battles and gain victory. I lost my place. When the Lamb broke the second seal, I heard the second living being say, "Come." Then another horse appeared, a red one. Its rider was given a mighty sword and the authority to take peace from the earth. And there was war and slaughter everywhere. When the Lamb broke the third seal, I heard the living being say, "Come." I looked up and saw a black horse, and his rider was holding a pair of scales in his hands. And I heard a voice from among the 4 living beings say, "A loaf of white bread or 3 loaves of barley will cost a day's pay, and don't waste the olive oil and wine." See, we can relate that part to now. You can still get olive oil, you can still get wine. All right. When the Lamb broke the 4th seal, I heard the 4th living being say, "Come." I looked up and saw a horse whose color was pale green. Its rider was named Death, and his companion was the grave. These two were given authority over 1/4 of the earth to kill with sword and famine and disease and wild animals. So you think about how many dogs you see running loose, how many coyotes and other. I won't get into all that because it's freakish. You think about, it says famine and disease and wild animals. Even though the rapture hasn't occurred, these events are taking place now. Famine, disease, and wild animals. Review that, meditate. Revelation 6, verse 7. When the Lamb broke the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls of all who had been martyred for the word of God and for being faithful in their testimony. They shouted to the Lord and said, O sovereign Lord, holy and true, how long before you judge the people who belong to this world and avenge our blood for what they have done to us? What I just told you about judgment, and it's feeling hopeless, like God is just letting these people do these things. You just heard what I said. Then a white robe was given to each of them, and they were told to rest a little longer until the full number of their brothers and sisters, their fellow servants of Jesus, who were to be martyred, had joined them. I watched as the Lamb broke the 6th seal, and there was a great earthquake. The sun became as black cloth, and the moon became as red blood. The blood and the dark cloth always speak to me. I can't wait to see that. I don't know if I'll be here or not. Then the stars of the sky fell to the earth. That really puts a picture in my mind. Like green figs falling from a tree, shaken by a strong wind. Have you ever stopped to admire nature and watch things fall off a tree? That really puts a picture in your mind. The sky was rolled up like a scroll, and all of the mountains and islands were moved from their places. I'm gonna tell you something. God put a vision in my heart that Kylie and I are gonna get married, and right now I can feel her moving in me spiritually. I can feel I'm closer to her in that life than I was a moment before. Something about the Word of God is powerful, especially when you read it out loud. I feel Kylie in me. I feel it. I feel it closer than a moment before. Then everyone, the kings of the earth, that's me and her, she keeps leaving me breadcrumbs. The rulers, the generals, the wealthy, the powerful, and every slave. And not only do I have king in me, I got slave in me. And free person, all hid themselves in the caves. These are smart people, and among the rocks of the mountains. I'm gonna set this phone down and rest my hand. I've been holding it the whole time because we're about to get some good stuff. All right. I don't know where we was at. And they cried to the mountains and the rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of the one who sits on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. They're talking about God. For the great day of their wrath has come, and who was able to survive. All right, so we left off. We're gonna jump around. There's no time to debate it, and I'm gonna rest my back now. So, with the strength that I had, giving y'all some spiritual. I'm hoping y'all can't see my titties. Giving y'all some spiritual food. And got a towel. So this is helping to calm me down after what happened yesterday, being out and getting stranded, and then being in line, and it's I can't say everything he did for me, but this guy can't get into every detail and how he got me to do this. If it weren't for the interaction with him, I would never been reading from my Bible publicly, and it was God used him to get me right to where I am. I'm not gonna get into any detail on what he does for me, God or people who walk this earth. You got to be careful what you reveal to people and what people do for you. What your romantic significant others do for you, because Will said it the best. You them be the ones trying to fuck your man. You start telling people what he do for you. I don't tell everybody in our lives what Kylie does for me. She doesn't tell everybody what I do for her. You start to tell people what all you can, spill a little bit. You can leak a little details. Mother used to talk that way. You can leak a little bit of details, but you can't tell people everything, because if you tell people everything, they're gonna be trying to fuck your man. They're gonna be trying to get your operation. So I can't tell you everything that he did for me, this man, and everything my kids do for me. But what he did led me to right here, feeling confident to read from my Bible publicly. I ain't never reported myself doing that before. I've done it before. I just recall in the South, I used to get picked on, but the bullying worked out. My mother used to always want me to take the lead and read and Bible study, and so did every pastor I've ever known. So this is the first time I've ever been recorded and done that. So this is not, I woke up overnight and decided to preach. I've preached before in small towns. I never had my own church until now. And so I've just always felt like I wasn't a likely candidate, so I've been running from God. And anyway, so the rash, as you can see, is moving around. I've targeted the areas that were below on my face, and so it's moved here. I'm itching here now. It's hard to think on an empty stomach. It's better to think on easier to think on a full one. So right now I'm having issues functioning, and I may have to cut this. I don't think I'm going to stop. I think I'm going to go as long as it will go, because there's no guarantee that I or you will still be here. Rapture could come, so I'm going to fire that oven up and get ready to make some food, and you might get to talk to me while I'm eating breakfast. I don't want junk food this morning, but I might have to go in there and grab something right now. So hey, hold on tight, I'll be right back. Certain things can't fall into the wrong hands, and this is one of them. My morning ritual. My former life was notorious for doing that, stealing my ideas, and then making it seem like they came up with the idea after talking to me like I'm stupid. Some of those ideas God wanted them to have. I won't get into all that stuff. A lot of these people probably are not able to eat on their jobs, and that's why they're doing this to people. Resentment because we are not working for the public, they are. I never had time to think about it till now. Forced to work on break, and these people are hungry, so they're taking it out on the customer. $6.29 might be worse than the Subway, but I'm not getting back on that Subway. If there's even still a bus. I want to film how rural State Street is. I'm hoping I have enough footage to film that on my way back home for you. I don't want to show my route, but I gotta prove to myself I'm not crazy. How rural State Street was. How secluded, how abandoned. Especially with the snow. It looks different with the snow. So, I just hit the root in the nail spot. That's why they're keeping me out all day. They don't get to eat. Therefore, you and I don't get to eat either. That's why I was kidnapped. That's how bad cynicism is. It's not different where I live. You're knocking on my door and I'm trying to do my meals. That's how it was the last place I was held. Neighbors knocking on the door while I'm trying to get meals. That's a form of bullying. You need food to survive. I want to help CTA food-wise, but American laws. You have to be careful how you help people when they're on the clock. They'll be blaming you when they get fired. I had one, I hate to put it out in the atmosphere, some woman I'm not okay with. Thank God I don't have to get into the story. But my interaction with her, the way we interacted, got me fired. I'm pretty sure nothing happened to her. And so when people want me to do things for them, I can't do it on the clock. There's certain things for you I can't do on the clock, even though I want to do them, because legally, even though I'm the customer, I can get in trouble. That's how rigid, uptight the culture is.